We got an action-packed show today as we've got soccer, baseball, and football bets to discuss. What is going on, my people? It's Thursday. That's right, we're on the Thursday edition here of Winning Bets, and I'm, of course, Jason Mattis, giving you guys those free sports picks every single day. Thanks for kicking off your morning with me here. Where are my dogs at? Where are my dogs at? Where were they at yesterday? We got no bark from these dogs yesterday. The only thing we got barking is a little duck. A duck barked. The Anaheim Ducks were the only thing that had any bark to them. Otherwise, the Rangers, Canucks, Blackhawks, Canadians, nothing had any bark to it. NHL Dogs were not barking last night. We also put, of course, half unit on a couple of soccer games. USA, Costa Rica, and Canada, Panama. I don't even remember. That game was such a blowout. Neither one of those games ended in a draw. USA, Costa Rica was about the closest, as that one was a 2-1 finish, but that one did not end in a draw. So no bark yesterday on any of the dogs, except for a little bitty, tiny little duck. A duck. A duck is the only thing that's barking. We'll just see if we can chew a lot better today. Hopefully you guys know, if you're watching this show for the very first time today, those bets yesterday were made blindly. We're just blindly betting dogs in the early part of the season of the NHL to see if they're profitable. So, but not like it was bad analysis, not like it was bad, handicapping, just blindly betting those NHL dogs to see if they could be profitable, and they weren't. So we'll go ahead and turn the page down. Like I said, today's a big show today. We've got baseball, we've got soccer, and we've got football bets. And let's, of course, start it off with baseball. There's, of course, only one game in town today, and it's the Dodgers and the Giants for a chance to move on to the NLCS to meet those Atlanta Braves. I've got two bets from this game I've got today, and they're both pitcher props, and DraftKings has now added a pitcher props category. There was always player props, but now there's a pitcher props, and up under pitcher props on DraftKings, you can now get outs recorded. So finally, DraftKings has caught up to BetMGM and Caesars and some of those other sports books where you can bet on the amount of outs that a pitcher record. I'm taking both of these guys to go under 14.5. As you can see right there, Urias comes in at plus 120 and Webb comes in at plus 160. I'm taking both of them with the full unit under 14.5 outs. So basically we're saying neither one of them can complete 5 innings, as of course 5 innings of completed action would be 15 outs. Why do I think both of these guys will go under 14.5 innings? Well, first of all, it's an elimination game, game 5, so it's the shortest of all hooks is when you're talking about an elimination game. So neither one of these guys will be the opportunity to run in any long damage. I don't think either one of these guys will see the rotation 3 times around. So as soon as they start coming around that third time, if we get any amount of hits earlier on this game, I just think both of these guys will get the hook the third time through the order. We've obviously got bullpens that are fully rested, obviously coming off an off day, and then have an off day tomorrow. But more with it being an elimination game, bullpens fully ready to go. Again, just leading to more of that short hook. And both of these guys pitched earlier on in this series. We already know that. Both of them pitched really good. Both of them gave their teams the wins in those games. So they pitched good, but we know the second time around, especially if you come back and see that team, immediately in your next start, you're not as successful, generally speaking, in that first time. So everything just speaks of that these guys will be on a short leash with both of them being at plus money. We only need to get one of them to cash. I think there's a good possibility we can get both of them to cash. So I'm going to go ahead and ride both of these, Urias and Webb, to both be under 14.5 outs at plus 120 and plus 160 respectively. All right, let's go ahead now and jump it on over to the NFL action, where I've got a few player props to get out for Sunday's action. I've tweeted a couple of these, and a couple of these will also be new. So the couple that I tweeted, we're going to do Javonte Williams over 44.5 rush yards at minus 115 up over at DraftKings. He's cashed this in 4 of his 5 games so far this season, including his last 2 games. His average per carry is 6.9 and 7.6 in those last 2 games, and you can see that he's becoming more of an explosive runner. He's a rookie, obviously up out of North Carolina, and he's really starting to find his feet up under him, so to speak, as he's in those last 2 games to go along with great averages of 6.9 and 7.6 yards. He's had runs of 49 and 31 yards, so becoming that explosive back that we expected him to be coming up out of North Carolina. I think he'll get 9+ carries in this game. He's going to get around 9+ carries, and he can certainly hit that with what the average he's been doing, so far here lately. And then if we look at this Raiders rush defense, they're not going to be putting up that much of a fight up against them, as they rank 23rd in yards per carry at 4.5. They rank 30th in yards per game at 134 yards per game, and they rank 28th in attempts per game when the number of attempts that the opponent is rushing up against us. Well, why is the opponent rushing rushing up against a lot against the Raiders. Well, they got a terrible yards per carry, and they're allowing a ton of yards per game. So like this rookie in this spot, think he'll get up over 44.5 yards. We'll go ahead and bet that at minus 115 over at DraftKings. The other player prop that I went ahead and tweeted out yesterday was Lamar Jackson over 64.5 rush yards at minus 115 over at Draft. He's cashed this in 2 games only, but the Chargers rank 32nd in yards per carry at 5.2. So if this is definitely an opportunity for him to go ahead and use his legs in this game as opposed to his arm. And the Chargers secondary is actually holding the opposing quarterback under their passing total. They've held a plethora of quarterbacks, including Patrick Mahomes this season, up under his passing total. They did it Derek Carr there a few weeks back. I mean, they've just held a lot of quarterbacks under their passing. You combine that with their rushing yard per average of dead worse in the NFL at 5.6 yards. I absolutely love this game script to be a Lamar Jackson running game at home. It'll be a tight game. They'll need to keep pace with the Chargers, but they can keep pace with the Chargers with their legs. Don't think just because the Chargers are going to be scoring a lot of points potentially that they'll have to be throwing the ball. They can do the damage on the ground, and I expect Lamar Jackson to be leading that way. So up over 64.5 yards for me at minus 115. All right, let's go ahead and get now to my last NFL player prop on today's show. I'm going to go ahead and do Patrick Mahomes over 2.5 passing touchdowns at minus 130 at DraftKings. I had this one circled all week. I was waiting for the sportsbooks just to populate it. I got to dig into Patrick Mahomes last week when they were playing the Bills, and we put up the $100,000 contest up over in the NBC Sports Prediction. I really dug into Mahomes and really saw that over 2.5 passing touchdowns has just been a thing throughout his career and including so far this season. So I had this one earmarked, was ready to jump on it, and did so first thing this morning. It's cashed in all but one game, and that was most recently up against the Bills. Well, the Washington doesn't have as good of a defense, the Bills, hardly any team does, at least from a stats perspective so far earlier on this season. And in fact, Washington is allowing the second most passing touchdowns on the season, and Washington has allowed Jameis Winston, Matt Ryan, and Josh Allen to all cash this in recent weeks. So given Mahomes has cashed this in all but one game so far this season, we get him on a bounce back, an angry Patrick Mahomes, an angry Chiefs team. They're going to want to run it up here on Washington, but also just really secure a victory and make sure they can get the job done. I think they'll do that on the strength of Patrick Mahomes' arms, given what Washington has given up this season. So it's over 2.5 passing touchdowns for Mahomes at minus 130 over at DraftKings. All right, let's move the discussion now over to soccer. And obviously, you've got our episode later on this morning of Between the Posts coming out at 12 p.m. Eastern time, where Matt and I will break down all the Premier League games, give you guys leans and the bets for all 10 Premier League games this weekend. But I've got a bet for the Bundesliga for you guys on today's show. I'm going to go ahead and look at Bayern Leverkusen going up against Bayern Munich. I'm taking Bayern Munich on the money line. I'm going to parlay that with over 1.5 goals in that game and get that at minus 148 at FanDuel. Whenever this number can come in at minus 150 with a Bayern team, I'll go ahead and bet this easily. We'll bet this. These two teams are top of the Bundesliga. They're only separated by goal differential. This will be a good opportunity for Bayern to go ahead and stake claim to the Bundesliga as they do each and every single season. This is where they'll get in the first place alone. They'll beat Bayer Leverkusen, and I think in the process they'll score at least 2 goals. This is the good Sunday game, so you don't have to worry about anything off international break. It's not the Saturday game or even the Friday game for that matter, where like PSG has to play on Friday. That's just absolutely brutal that League One would put PSG when all their stars are going to be on international break on a Friday afternoon. Well, Bundesliga took care of Bayern Munich here. They're playing a nice Sunday morning game for us here. So yeah, no issues with me on international break. Bayern should actually cruise by Leverkusen, go ahead and get the victory, and in the process they'll score 2 goals and get it at minus 148. All right, we can't let you guys get out here without talking about some NHL dogs. You guys didn't think I was going to give up on those dogs already, did you? Yeah, I'm not a quitter. I'm not giving up on those NHL dogs, something that we've seen been profitable so far in the NBA, something that we've seen profitable in the MLB and also in the NFL. I'm not a quitter just after 2 days. Why would I be a quitter? I've only gotten 2 of these wins, as you can see right here, and 5 losses. If I'm only down 1.5 units, that's what's so great about dogs. You get these big dogs to hit. You don't need a whole hell of a lot of these to be profitable. So yeah, I may only have won 2 out of 7 so far. I may be down a little bit of money, but yeah, I'm not a quitter. I'm going to go ahead and ride this out at least for a couple weeks and see if these dogs can't be profitable to us. So this is what we're going to go ahead and bet today. I'm going to do Penguins at plus 160 over a PointsBet. Going to do Coyotes at plus 145 over a PointsBet. Going to go ahead and do the Senators at plus 158 over at FanDuel. Going to do the Islanders at plus 118 over at FanDuel. Go ahead and give me those Sabres at plus 125 over at PointsBet. Stars at plus 117 over at BetRivers. Red Wings at plus 200 over at BetRivers. Kings at plus 140 over at FanDuel. And do the Kraken at plus 110 over at FanDuel. Let's hope the dogs can be barking. Let's get some barking on dogs. Let's get some dogs barking. Come on, dogs. Let's bark our way through some profit today. And that's how we'll we'll do it right there. All right, let's go ahead and hit you guys with that full recap today. All the bets we'll be trotting out there today are, remember, it's Uriasa under 14.5 outs at plus 120. It's Webb under 14.5 outs at plus 160. We're doing Williams over 44.5 rush yards at minus 115. We're taking Lamar under 44 or over 64.5 rush yards at minus 115. Mahomes over 2.5 passing touchdowns at minus 130. Bayern on that money line, parlaying that with over 1.5 goals in that game at minus 148. And then we'll go and take their 2 Thursday night bets. I already gave it to you earlier on in the week. Not going to add anything to Thursday night football. Just going to go 2-0 on Thursday night football. Have a nice solid game between the Bucs and the Eagles and put some money in our pocket through Antonio Brown over 58.5 receiving yards and Bucs minus 1.5 on that teaser. Parlayed that with over 42.5 points on that teaser and got that at minus 125. Pumped. Absolutely pumped. Pumped for these NHL dogs to come through. Pumped to go 2-0 on the NFL Thursday night football. And then we'll already look forward to some baseball there with Dodgers and Giants. We'll kind of be keeping an eye on that as we watch football tonight. Should be a fun night of sports between baseball elimination game 5. Those are always fun and exciting, usually low scoring games. And then also Thursday night football between the Bucs and Eagles should be a good time. Enjoy the action today. Let's cash these bets. We'll see you back here on tomorrow's show. We'll roll out the weekend slate of bets where we'll have NASCAR plays, soccer plays, and of course NFL plays as well. Go enjoy your Thursday, guys, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching till the end. I'm Jason Mattis. Any love you can show by giving me a like, a subscription, or a comment, or even just share this video is very much appreciated. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to increase your chances of locking in the same odds as I talked about today. And check out my other great videos in these corners.